Welcome back to Sanctuary with Alice, where I share yoga, meditations, and affirmations to bring more wellness into your daily life. Hello, and today we will cover yoga for recovery. Days, a 17-minute all-level practice. So let's begin in seated pose. We're going to inhale, raise our arms, and exhale, lowering our arms. Remember, we're inhaling through the nose. As we raise our arms, exhaling through the nose as we lower. Let's come to a seated prayer here, hands in prayer. We're going to do a couple of rotations here, lubricating the spine. Inhale, arch our back. Exhale, round our back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Great. Continue to breathe here on your own. Reverse the rotation. A lot of what we do on this channel, practice for all level classes and beginner classes for those of you that are recovering from injury or you haven't been on the mat for a while. And we focus on alignment and making sure that we're doing yoga properly. So if you're liking what you see so far, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. All right, let's continue with the rotations here. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, arch the back. Breathe in, breathe out. Continue to do this on your own and smile. This is a morning yoga practice, except it's cloudy today, so you're not seeing the usual glow in the background. All right, let's come to cat-cow. You know this pose. Make sure the knees are hip distance apart. You're going to arch your back, tuck in the toes. Inhale. Round the back. Exhale. Arch your back, tuck in the toes. Inhale. Round your back, on top the toes. Exhale. Continue to breathe here on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Make sure all 10 fingers are on the mat. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrists. It's a little bit cold this morning, so I have my hoodie on. You might not see all of my body, but we're okay with that. So, thread the needle is next. When I raise the arm, I inhale, deep inhale. When I bring the arm underneath the left arm, exhale, and the side of my head is on the mat, so the ears should be touching the mat. I'm not moving my hips, I'm just rotating from my chest, opening up that chest. You see how I'm not moving my legs? So make sure to really ground in your knees, in your hips, and just rotate from the chest. This is a nice stretch around your abdominals. Amazing. Inhale and exhale. Next, we're going to come into tabletop. You know this one. Extend the left leg, extend the right arm. Inhale and exhale. Make sure the foot is flexed. Inhale and exhale. Now your hips ideally should be above your knees. Okay, so you're forming a 90-degree angle with the right leg. Continue to breathe here on your own. Now exhale. I'm going to try on the other side. Now you'll see that my right leg is raised a little bit more. So I'm kind of forming a boat. I should be flat. So my legs and my back should be pretty flat. Imagine you could place a tabletop on my body. So I should be flat as a tabletop, but it's okay if you're arching a little bit. Just make sure to engage your core here. Okay, next we're going to come into down dog. Now, ideally, I always like to begin with knees bent because it elongates our spine. The eyes of the elbows are pointing forward, so you're doing that nice rotation so you could stretch further. Because when you rotate the eyes of the elbows forward, your shoulder blades move together and you can elongate your spine. Now, all 10 fingers are on the mat. You see my feet, they're hip distance width apart. And we're trying to bring the heels to the mat. I've been practicing yoga for about 17 years, so I can extend those legs, make sure they're straight. But for those of you that are starting out, it's perfectly okay to have bent knees. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, inhale. Okay, bring the leg forward. The left leg comes forward. The right knee is on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Right now we are in low lunge. Then you're going to clasp your hands and do a nice arch, crescent moon. You look like a moon in the sky. Inhale and exhale. You could do cactus arms here. And we're trying to lower the hips. Now remember, left leg is 90 degrees. We have a lot of 90 degrees when we bend our knees. Half split, so extend that left leg. Point, flex. And smile, point, flex. You could have blocks underneath your hands. And for those over there super flexible, we could even bring our head to our shins or knees. I haven't been able to do that. So inhale and exhale. Okay. Now we're going to come to down dog and repeat the sequence on the other side. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. On the exhale, lower the heels. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel the heat in your core and your belly. Great job. Inhale, bend the right leg, bring it forward so that left knee's on the mat. Try to have a 90-degree angle on the right leg. And we went from low lunge to crescent moon. In crescent moon, we clasp our fingers, point that index finger and look up. Keep lowering the head. Open up those arms for cactus. Amazing. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Half split, extend the left leg. Flex the foot and smile. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flex and point. Feel the stretch. Amazing. We're going to do this sequence again, but this time not the entire sequence, and we will be twisting. So, you know this pose, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the left leg. Okay, low lunge, and you're going to come into a twist. Bring your hands above the knee. Get into position. That leg is a 90-degree angle. You're lowering the hips, breathing in and out, extending the left arm on the exhale, and the right arm is forward, okay? So here you have a nice low lunge twist, and as soon as we raise that leg, we're now in twisting high lunge. So keep twisting. On the exhale, you can twist deeper. You could also hold on to your thigh and do a little back bend. Keep opening up that chest, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Excellent. Breathe in, breathe out, and you're going to come into warrior one. Square those hips. The right leg, you'll see the heel is down, and your feet are pointing in a 45 degrees forward. But remember, square those hips and try to bend into that left leg so you can have a 90-degree angle on the left leg. Okay, bring your arms down on the exhale, down dog. Inhaling and exhaling here. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll also repeat the sequence on the other side. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Bend the right leg, bring it forward. Place your hands above the knee, breathing in and out. The left knee is on the mat. Remember, 90 degrees. Now we're twisting in low lunge, opening up that chest. And as soon as we tuck in the toes and raise that left leg, we're going into a high lunge position, twisting high lunge. You see what I'm doing? Yes, raise yourself. Excellent. Breathe in breathe out. Do a nice little back bend. Breathe in, smile, breathe out. When we're twisting, it's really good for the digestion. It's a detoxifying mechanism for the kidneys and liver and the stomach. It's so good. Now, warrior one, bring that heel down. Oops, it's okay if you wobble. You can get into position. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep bending that right knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the hands down, down dog. Pedal out the feet. Excellent. Now come into plank. Lower those hips. Down dog. And plank. Down dog again. Nice core workout. Plank. Down dog, bend the knees. Good, jump forward. We're going to come into forward fold variations here. So there's so many ways we could do forward folds. Important thing is to drop your head, just hang out here. Stretch out the IT band and hamstring, just bending one knee then the other. Hold opposite elbows, or you could just release your arms. I find it that if I hold opposite elbows, I could really get into those shoulder blades. Now flatten your back, bring the chest on your thighs, bend those knees, hold on to your big toes. And now straighten your legs if you can, round the back. Keep bringing yourself closer to your thighs because you're pulling onto those toes. Now, again, bend the legs. And you can keep your back flat and then round, holding onto your thighs. Press your chest against your thighs. Now we're going to come into chair pose. In chair pose, it's important that when you look down, you see your toes. If you're having your knees too much forward, you're hyperextending them. And you want to tuck in the tailbone. We're really sitting into that chair. On the exhale, sit deeper. Keep exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Tuck in the tailbone, and now we're gonna come slowly to the mat. But before we do, we're in half bow pose. This is a nice core variation. All right, hang out here, breathing in and out. Do nice little quick twists. Work that core. You could place your hands behind your neck and open up those elbows. Okay. Nice little twists here. Smile. When it gets hard, I try to smile. Extend the arms. Slowly lower. Next pose, we're going to come into figure 4. Bend the right leg and the left. Left foot is placed over the right one. Make sure that it's not on the knee. So it's basically your left shin over your right thigh. Same thing with the other, and clasping our hands around the bottom part of the thigh. You're threading your hands to that knot that you have there and just holding onto your thigh. And we're trying to press the leg closer to our chest. That gets into the nice IT band, hamstring, glutes. This is a really nice stretch. All right, now bring your legs together. We're going to come into reclined butterfly. So we're just on the mat, knees splayed open, soles of our feet are touching. Left hand goes on the belly, the right hand goes on the heart. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Breathe in, breathe out. What are you grateful for today? May you lay in this position in happy thoughts, in a state of wonder and gratitude for having the body that you have, the mind that you have, Of course, the beating heart in your chest. You feel every pulse. Let every pulse be a moment of gratitude. Come up. Let's come into seated prayer. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to prayer. Smile, and we're going to do Ohms here. Inhale. One more inhale. One more inhale. Tuck in your chin. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always a blessing.